Hello, welcome back to my AuthorTube channel.
Why be serious if you can be hilarious?
Today I'd like to talk to you about scheduling media. Now if you're like me and you're just starting out as an author, you really don't have a buttload of time to be spending on media. Now if it's during the week, Monday to Friday, say you have a full-time job, and media is just distracting you, it's right in your face. Most of us today have smartphones, and with smartphones comes apps. Now these apps are meant to make our lives easier and to have better communication right at our fingertips. But there's a downside to this. Say you're at work and you've got your Facebook notifications dinging and you're trying to get something done, but it's too distracting and you want to know, hey, is it something writing related? Is it an AuthorTube video that I need to watch? So you pull up your phone and you look at it. It's like, oh, I really want to watch that, but I need to work. Hello, it's a distraction. Now, distractions can also cause additional stress and anxiety. Or say you're out with your family for a nice dinner and a notification dings off from YouTube saying, hey, watch another video. Or maybe someone's commenting on your video that you've posted and you're anxious to see it and you just kind of, pick it up in the middle of dinner and look at it and go, hey, someone commented on my post. Well, you're interrupting your family time, okay? This is not good. You need to find a way around this. Now, the other thing that media does is it stops you or distracts you from actually getting good quality writing time in. You don't really need to be on media all the time. There's Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and it could go on forever. Recently, I decided to make a change because I'm not meeting any of my own personal goals for when I want to get my writing done. So I decided, hey, I need to stop this. I really don't need to be looking at YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and everything else under the sun Monday to Friday. Because Monday to Friday, I'm a mother, actually 7 days a week I'm a mother, but Monday to Friday I have schedules to keep, I have a job to go to, I have a family to feed, I have a house to keep up, I have pets. Okay, I don't have time to be looking at media during the week. So, what do? I schedule very specific time for the weekend.
I'm tired of the media and I cannot lie. It's giving me too much stress and also gives me headaches when it's during the week.
So now I have a checklist. How can you do this? Take a look at your schedule. You know your schedule better than I do, and it's not the same as mine. So take a look at your schedule, see if you can find that one time during the week or weekend or whenever where you know that you can just sit down, relax, whatever. Maybe it's while you're sitting down having your morning coffee, or for me tea, because I don't do coffee. Maybe it's Friday night when you get home from a long day's worth of work and say your family is occupied with their own things like, video games like my kids. Or maybe it's Saturday morning when you first wake up and you're like, okay, finally it's the weekend and I can follow through with my author business plans. What time works best for you? That is step one.
Saturday mornings for me are the absolute best time to do any kind of author business stuff, including media and writing.
Make yourself a list. What do you normally do during the week for media? Do you do, specific posts on Instagram or update your Facebook page? Do you have a website that you monitor and you manage? Do you have a blog? Anything that you do, put it on a list. So here's some of mine. I have a list and it starts like this. Make sure that you have your YouTube video ready for upload. I do a release mostly Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes it's just Saturday or Sunday, but my goal is to do 2 a week. So sometimes I have all of this stuff pre-recorded and all I have to do is get onto PowerPoint and do my editing. That's what I use PowerPoint. So then I go through and I update my Amazon advertising campaign. once a week, I go in and check my Amazon advertising dashboards. I have multiple because I advertise in any country that I can, any country that is possible through Amazon advertising. So first thing I do is I go in and I check all my bid rates and I check and see if I've had any sales. Now, once every second week, I also go in and update a spreadsheet with how many views I've gotten, how many clicks I have, how many sales I've made, how much I've spent. If it's the beginning of a new month, I also look at my month end. So I look at the previous month's sales and expenses and basically anything involving my author business. So I take all of that information and I type it into my author business Excel spreadsheet. I think it's really important for you to track everything and see where you're at. So you know where do you need to improve on, what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, where are you at financially, because it's important to monitor your finances. So another thing I do is I update my emails. I try to avoid looking at my author email during the week, but again, it's on my phone. I get notifications. It's coming, I'm going to see it. I'm going to try not to, but I'm going to look at it eventually. Anyways, I try to save everything for Saturday morning. I open my Outlook email, my author email. I go through any unopened emails. I look at any kind of communications that I might need to respond to, say from my editor, from other writers that I communicate with on a regular basis. I sort my emails. I have category folders and I have company name folders, and so I just kind of slide it over so I don't have to look at it anymore. That's part of organization. This time I also look at my Facebook. So first thing, I go into my Facebook page, my author page or writer page, and I make a post with my status or what I'm working on, or say I share my YouTube channel, or I post what book is coming out when. Now also I go to all of the communities that I'm involved in, so all of the author support, AuthorTube, independent author pages, self-publishing groups, basically anything in the community that I'm involved in. This is when I go through and I read all the posts, I comment on others' posts, I basically support the community. And then if I feel I need to, then I will also make a post asking questions, making suggestions, sharing my latest YouTube video, anything like that. So then I go to my website. I have an author website. I go there and I make a post. This is something new that I'm trying to get in the habit of doing. I made my website, I was happy with it, I made a couple of posts and then I kind of just shoved it aside because who has time for that? I make time for it now. Every Saturday morning, that's part of my list. So I go onto my website, I make a new updated post, say what I'm working on, say what's coming, make sure every other content, all the other pages are up to date if I need to add anything. This is also a really good time to do things like posting something on Instagram or, well, Twitter or LinkedIn or any other media sites that you are on that you advertise your author business to. It's very important to keep advertising because, once you get a book out there or ebooks or whatever it is that you're publishing, the only way to get readers and people to buy your stuff is to advertise. So take advantage of all the forms of free advertising. Now, I've also heard people say, do not do all of them at once because it takes too much time and it's overwhelming to some people. For myself, I might put a little bit of extra energy into one or another, but I still make sure to post on the others, even if it's just one simple post saying, hey, don't forget to check out my book. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. I put something out there. Because if you stop, nobody's going to see you. No one new is going to see you. So since I've started this, I find that things have gotten a little bit easier for me. Having, all the notifications turned on my smartphone during the week is just adding to anxiety and stress. And I feel like pressured, like major pressured to get things done. And it's like this author business is weighing on my mind while I'm trying to focus on my day job, my kids, stressing about COVID. Like it's too much. So I went into my phone. I went into my settings, my app settings. I went into Facebook. I reduced the notifications on Facebook. I've reduced the notifications on Twitter and anything else social media related. I've turned down those notifications.
Yeah, because you need to make time for you. It's not all about media.
Nothing urgent is going to come up. All of this is just about communication and sharing your work with everybody. So do you really need to be on it every day? I don't think so. If you're a full-time author and this is your career and this is all you're focusing on, then I can completely understand. If you're going to look at it every day, maybe set yourself these certain hours. So say if you're a 9 to 5 kind of writer or a noon to 10 o'clock kind of writer, those are your time frames where it's okay to look at media. The rest of the time you need to be focusing on the rest of your life, because if you consume yourself with all of this media, you're just going to get stressed out, you're going to get frustrated, it's going to add to your anxiety, and you're not going to be productive with getting any writing done.
Media addiction is a real disease.
Now, one hurdle that I'm going to have to get over this year is my NaNoWriMo month. NaNoWriMo. Everybody pronounces this differently. NaNoWriMo is what I guessed it was supposed to be pronounced like, but other people are telling me, hey, no, it's NaNoWriMo. Okay, so NaNoWriMo. I'm signing up for this year in November 2020. I need to make a point of distancing myself from media to be able to get my word counts done. I have enough going on in my personal life that I don't need media and Facebook and YouTube completely consuming my time from writing. So during Nano, like Saturday morning, that's my most productive writing time. So I'm going to have to get a little bit creative. And maybe just for this 1 month, I might have to pre-record my YouTube videos for part of the content for November. So maybe I'm going to do it on, the evenings, or maybe I'll have to squish in half an hour here and half an hour there on the weekend. I just don't want to take too much time away from writing when I'm focusing on Nano. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Make sure that you set aside your time. Don't live on it all the time. It's all consuming. You have other things in life to worry about. Yes, this is important, and if it's your full-time job, definitely keep up with your media, but don't live on it. You need to set aside time for yourself, for your family, for your housework, for hockey. So thanks for joining me, and again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to keep following my tips, my tricks, anything that I basically have to say about the author business, don't forget to hit subscribe. So have yourself a great day, evening, night, whatever. I don't know what time of day it is when you're watching this. So, see you next time.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget, why be serious if you can be delirious? Goodbye.
I try to keep it vroom vroom.